Right, we live. Welcome back. Just a quick video. Recording this late. It's 8:48 my time. I just got off work. Yeah. Viewer wanted me to do an Eminem album tier list, so I'm gonna do it. Starting in order. Infinite. A lot of people don't know about Infinite unless you're like a really big Eminem fan. I've heard of it. I heard a few songs on it, and I'm gonna give it a B just because of the production value. Obviously, it was independent, so it wasn't Dre producing it, but it was lyrics were great. Songs were great. Eminem was still growing at the time, so you could hear young Eminem. Like his flow wasn't as tight as it is now, or in later projects. But it was very good, and it was cool to hear him before he got famous. And you kind of see that he hasn't really changed up too much at that point. Anyway, Slim Shady LP. This is for sure S. This is somebody else's list maker, but S is the highest. D is the lowest. For sure, classic album, in my opinion. This is the real Eminem's first commercial album and it really put him on the scene with Dre. Like, who's this white dude rapping? And then you hear him rapping, and hi, my name is, like, the time everybody was rapping like, I'm gonna kill you, blah blah blah, gangster rap. You know, it's 99, and he's rapping like his own style, funny, making jokes on himself, telling his life story about getting beat up. Back in the day, most rappers wouldn't say, oh, I got beat up in school, because, you know, they wanted to be tough guy, blah, blah, blah. So he was rapping to normal kids, you know, and he's from the Midwest. He's not from East Coast, not from the West Coast. He's from Detroit, and he's white. White. So everybody was like, wow, this dude's crazy. Yeah, that's definitely a classic. Marshall Mathers LP, I couldn't see it. Again, as this is, in my opinion, that's the best Eminem CD of all time. Project, whatever you want to call it. That's the best. Like, this is, as I said in the Tupac video, check it out. Said in Tupac video, the prime. So Eminem's prime for me was 99 with the debut of 2003 after the next project came out, Eminem Show. Marshall Mathers LP is just so good. You had Stan on it, Who Knew, Kill You, Kim. So hard to skip a song on that CD. I mean, it was just so good, bro. Like The Way I Am, like it was just, in my opinion, that's the best Eminem album. Perfect. No flaws there, you know. And he didn't change at the point. Eminem Show. This is a lot of people's favorite Eminem CD. It sold really well. Like I said, this time this was his prime. I never was a big fan of it. You got White America, Without Me, or Without, whatever the fuck it's called. You know, he got like a lot of good songs. I wasn't feeling it, you know. So I'm gonna give this one a B, which is not bad. Just for me, it wasn't that good. A lot of people are gonna be like, oh my God, he put that one as a B, what? That's how I'm feeling right now. Encore, C, did not like it. Did not like it that much. It was corny. This is right before he retired. It just was corny for me. It was stupid. Like the song Fact is blown up on TikTok. It's funny, but it's just not serious. I think the drugs was really getting Eminem at this point. He had a few good songs like Mockingbird, and he never drops a really bad album. But when you're, you know, when you set the bar high, like his first 3 CDs was just like, you know, A+ material. Top, you know, leading the rap game. He's saving the music industry by himself. Like he was pressured like to release a CD every year. I think he was just rushing it, and it just, to me, it was corny. I didn't like it. He takes his retirement. He comes back with Relapse. Relapse, I'm gonna put it at C. Relapse was another project that was corny. He'll even tell you it was corny. He just came back from retirement, and whoever was like, oh my God, he's back. Eminem's back. Let's see, he still got it, you know? And he was just like, every song he'd be rapping with the accent, like he was trying too hard. And that starts the trends for his later projects in his career. Next, we got Recovery. I'm gonna give it an A. I almost want to give it an S, but I'm gonna give it an A. This was Eminem's deepest album to that point. You finally got to see a serious side of Eminem. It felt like he grown up. You know, he was off the drugs. You know, he's got the song going through changes where he's talking about his daughter and his wife and everything. And No Love with Lil Wayne, I'm Not Afraid, Cinderella song, 25 to Life. Like, it was such a good album. I would put it at S, but it's just missing that Slim Shady. Like that's Eminem. That's Marshall Mathers. That's not Slim Shady. I'm not knocking him for it, but it's still A. That's still one of his best. Because if I had to pick an Eminem CD to listen to on a car ride, I'm picking Marshall Mathers LP or Slim Shady LP first. After those two, I would pick Recovery. That'd be my next choice. I think Marshall Mathers LP 2 was next. I'm gonna give it a C. Like, again, it was forced. It felt forced. Like, this is when I feel like Eminem is just, he's already proved everything he's got to prove. He has 3, possibly 4 classic albums. And at this point, he obviously wants to keep rapping because, you know, he loves rapping. And I feel like that CD was just push. Like, you know, Michael Jackson made great CDs. I'm just gonna use him as a comparison. He didn't make a Thriller 2. It's hard to follow. It's already hard enough to follow up Thriller or Marshall Mathers LP. So the fact he dropped Marshall Mathers LP 2, The Stand Part 2, just wasn't that good to me. It sounded corny. A lot of songs just sounded corny. I didn't like it. And I'm a big Eminem fan. I just felt disappointed. Revival. Ooh. Oh my God. I remember I was in Korea when this one came out, and my wife got it for me. And I obviously had my phone, so I downloaded it off Apple Music. He had like Beyonce or something in the first couple songs, Ed Sheeran. He just sounded like, didn't sound like Eminem. Like, I was like, man, my mind, like, is Eminem finally done? Like, is he falling off? The last 4 projects, only one was really good. So he released that one. And then months later, by the end of the year, he comes out with Kamikaze. And I want to put an A, but I don't think it's that good. Goodness, I give it a B. Kamikaze was the best album since Recovery, for sure, in my opinion. He was angry. He was addressing all the people saying he fell off. He was dissing everybody and their grandmama. Like, it was good. It felt like Slim Shady was back for once. It still seemed forced. It's like now every Eminem song now he wants to rap fast. Like, I don't know if you already proved everything you got to prove, bro. Like, just rap. We want to hear you rap the old way. We don't want to hear you every fucking song breaking the world record. It didn't feel as bad, but he still had like out of 15 songs, probably 8 of them he was still rapping fast. And I don't know. But it was definitely the best one since Recovery. Music to Be Murdered By. Music to Be Murdered By, man. It's in the BC range for me. Don't think it was as good as Kamikaze. Then they released the deluxe version, and I still don't think it was good as Kamikaze. So I'm gonna put it in the C. At this point, I feel like Eminem is not falling off. I feel like he's rapping fast in every song to make people be like, oh man, he's a fast rapper. We don't really care, Eminem. We like the stories you tell. We like the jokes you tell. I don't want to hear you rap fast in 15 out of 20 songs in your CD. Like I said, his prom was 99 2003. When the Encore came out, it was C, like mediocre C. He retired. He came back, relapsed, and it was mediocre. And then Recovery came out, and he just blew back up. And it's like, oh my God, he's back. It's different. He's getting personal. And then he drops Marshall Mathers LP 2. And I'm just like, I didn't personally care for it. Like I said, C, I don't never go back and listen to it. The only ones I really go back and listen to is Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, Recovery. And that's honestly it. When I think of Eminem CDs, that's the only ones I'll go back to and really listen to. Every once in a while, I'll put on a song from Eminem Show or Kamikaze or Music to Be Murdered By. I'll probably listen to Infinite more, but I gotta go find it, due to legal reasons. Obviously it wasn't his label or Dr. Dre's label, it was before. We love Eminem. We don't, what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say he fell off because he's the best lyrical rapper mainstream we've possibly ever seen. I think he is the best lyrical rapper of all time, mainstream. I just think that he has a chip on his shoulder and he shouldn't, because he's the GOAT, top 5. Eminem was early 2000s, he was top dog. You couldn't touch him. Now times have changed. It's that mumble rap, and it's not the same. He wants to sound like the rappers, but actually use words. He makes songs where he's using their cadence, like like the Migos flow. He'll take that flow. He'll use his own. He'll use real words. But we don't like that. We want to hear Eminem's flow. We don't want to hear you rapping like every other rapper. We want to hear you rap like you. I feel like in his last 2 or 3 projects has been like he feels like he has to rap like somebody else. But he doesn't. He's the GOAT. He's top 5. And that's my list. Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, top notch classics for sure. Recovery, that should have been his first album out of retirement, but it wasn't. That's his best album since retirement. Infinite, his debut, but it was not really a debut. It was independent. His debut, but it really wasn't his debut because it was independent. Eminem Show's considered a classic, sold a lot of records, but I didn't personally care for it. That's when I felt like Eminem started downclining. Kamikaze, his best album since Recovery. Obviously not as good as Recovery, but since Recovery. Encore, that's when he started falling down, declining for me. I didn't care for anything hardly, but I like the whole track CD, maybe 2 or 3 songs. Relapse, again, he had like 20 songs, probably like 3 or 4. Marshall Mathers LP 2 I don't think there's hardly any song on that CD other than Rap God. Song we talking about his mom. That's pretty much it. I can't even remember those lyrics in those CDs. Music to Be Murdered By it wasn't as bad as Marshall Mathers LP 2. It wasn't as bad as Encore. It's right behind Relapsed for me. Then Revival was just pitiful. That was bad, man. That was like Eminem rapping with anybody just to put an album out. But that's my list. Comment down below your opinions, your list. And give me some more people to to do, like new school, old school, or maybe I can do like a tier list of a bunch of rappers and put them in like A, B, C, D type groups, like from all time periods. But hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let me know what you're thinking. Peace.